Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swingbird. I'm up on top of Bill Cosby, high up in the sky. If you haven't seen this before, it's probably a little weird, but there's a giant Bill Cosby over my area. Anyways, let's move on from that. I've got a new skin. This is similar to my old skin that Ashley had made for me, but she's done some improvements. Her style of making skins is different now, and actually makes it look a bit more detailed and stuff, so it's pretty cool. But let's get on to what I'm going to show you. Now, I'll probably do a few little like vlogish updates while I do this, but I'm going to show off this mod. Now, this is a mod that's been around for a while. It's called Smart Movement, and now let me just jump and show you. Dun 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 dun. The so part of this is that you fly like Superman, which is pretty sweet. Especially if I switch to a sword. Let's see what the stick does it too. But for some reason, it looks like I'm trying to just jump and like backstab somebody like an assassin. That's really crazy. So smart movement. This mod has been around for a bit. This is last night was the first time I actually tried it out finally, and it works on multiplayer for the most part. So you can use this even if you play on a server. But a few things don't work. I'll go into that on multiplayer, but for the most part it does, and it's pretty easy to install. So let's see, what kind of stuff can you do in Smart Movement? Well, for one thing, you can run, but if you just want to bind the run key to another button, I think by default it might be tab or something, but I put it to the F key, so it's right near my movement. So now I can just move and then tap F instantly instead of clicking, and it'll make me run, so I don't have to. It's a little weird, but there we go. And so I can dash without having to double click or double push W, which sometimes can get annoying. It's a little weird. So what else can I do? Well, I can do this. You could jump to the side here, either left or right, by double clicking to the side, which is pretty cool for like an arrow's coming, bam, you just like dodge it out of the way. And then also, say you're in a sword fight and somebody's coming at you, well, just double click back, and there you go, you jump backwards. My legs also do a weird little wobbly thing. It looks like I'm afraid or I'm getting ready to pee or something. So that's kind of strange. But yeah, so you can kind of dodge. Some of the stuff you'll notice is a little cheap. So smart movement. The big thing that most people will probably notice is that you can climb blocks. And you can even climb blocks that are too high for you to normally climb. Now, holding crouch and holding the jump button and letting go will actually charge up your jump, and you can let go, and look, I jumped a lot higher than I normally would. There's a little bit of a meter when you're not in game mode to kind of show you that, but if you just hold it for a bit, you can gauge it, and then you can use this to actually grab onto blocks. So let's do this. Bam, and then I grab that and I can pull myself up. There's a button, I believe it is left control, that is bound to by default to grabbing. But I actually put it on my mouse, so it's a lot easier to just click it like I have a side button on my mouse. And you can actually just hold it down while you're walking around, and you will automatically just kind of climb over blocks rather than having to jump. So if you're headed in like a direction and you don't feel like, jumping over everything, you can hold this down and just climb, which is pretty cool. And some other stuff that you can do. Let me just Superman over here. Superman that hoe. Okay, so one thing you can do, you see I've got this little thing set up here. I can just grab onto this ledge and look, I'm just like climbing, pulling myself around and pull myself up. So you can also like shift and back up and just drop and grab and lower yourself down, which is pretty cool. Lots of cool like Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed stuff. And then here's another thing. Just grab onto that, not hit my head. It was like a Mario moment. And bam. And then watch this. I can jump and hold on to this. Now you move really slow when you're doing this overhead thing, but if you hold the dash button, there we go. Now I'm going overhead, and this reminds me of like Mario 64. That's what it really felt like when I was testing all this out. I felt like I was playing Mario 64 for the first time, and I was learning how to do all this cool like acrobatics and different stuff. So it's really cool. I love the overhead thing. You can only hang on certain blocks to do overhead, like the iron bars is one of them. But whoa, I just fell into the Thunderdome, and I'm stuck in here. Okay, so what's another thing I can do? Well, what if I'm dashing and I want to do this? Just slide. Let's switch this around. Watch this. Oh, that kind of looks painful, but it's pretty cool, right? Bam! Just dive head first straight into the camera. So that's pretty cool. And also, in a similar way to that dive, you can crawl. So let's sidle up here, and I'll crawl into this tunnel. And then you do the crawl. I haven't been explaining all of this, but you do the crawl by holding the grab button and holding shift, and you start crawling around solid snake style, or like a baby. My head's a little low to the ground. I look like I'm like searching for contact or something. But this is pretty cool. Now, one of the ways that I said that this doesn't work on multiplayer too well, on single player, if you were to crawl, you could actually fit yourself through one of these holes here, like that is like this. But if you look on multiplayer, it just bounces like that because I'm not supposed to be able to fit through a block that is one wide like that, you know. So it won't let me go through on multiplayer. But on single player, that'll work perfectly, and you can actually crawl through holes that are one block wide like that, or one block high, like a tiny little hole. So that's pretty cool. I think this guy's impressed. It's getting a little rainy here. I think that's most of the smart movement stuff. Oh, let me show you out some other stuff. Okay, so you can hold the grab button and run, and then you hold jump and let go, and bam. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go over here. So hold jump and bam, dive right into the water. And look, the swimming is pretty awesome in smart movement. You have this underwater kind of normal swim, and then on the top you do like this breast. It's not a breaststroke, is it? I can't really swim very well in real life, so I don't know all this stuff. But it's cool looking, and you can also dash in the water. So here we go, bam. I'm dashing through the water in a one-horse open sleigh. This is some awesome stuff. Like, even though a lot of the functions of this aren't that different, like the climbing is something you wouldn't normally be able to do, but the swimming and the flying isn't that different. It just looks a lot cooler. One thing I noticed is it's a little jankier to build on smart movement, so you might want to switch back, which you can easily do by hitting F9 and disabling it. And you can also set difficulty, which makes it easier or harder to perform some of these movements. So I think that is mostly it. I covered swimming and all that stuff. A few updates for anyone who's still is interested in what's going on. I'm really behind of comments. I've mentioned that before, so I want to apologize to everybody who watches this stuff because I haven't been up to date on comments in a few weeks, and the problem is I will feel guilty for not going back to those old videos and answering comments, and then I won't get to the new ones. So it's just kind of this loop where I crawl around in the rain. This loop where I don't answer the newer comments because I'm still worried about answering the old ones, and then it doesn't get done. So I'm just gonna sit down here one of these days and just plow through hundreds of comments and get that done. I did weather day. That wasn't right. Weather clear. And other stuff, there's a couple series I want to keep continuing, and there's some builds I need to finish, like the zoo. People have asked about that. The zoo is right over here. It is mostly done. It's just a matter of when I can put the finishing touches on and film it. I want to do something a little special for the zoo because I've been working on it for a while. So I don't want to have the video just a normal video. So that's kind of why I've been putting it off. I want to film something special, or a special way to do it. And a lot of other projects like the subscriber tower thing that I've been working on, that's gonna get more work done on it sometime here. There's lots of stuff I want to finish, but it's all just a matter of getting it done. So I just want to let you guys know that things like Demon Souls and Wild World of Minecraft, all that stuff is still in my mind. It's just a matter of editing or filming and getting that out, which I'm going to try to do better on in the future here, and get back to you guys on comments and all that stuff. So I am very sorry for being behind on that, but thank you guys for watching. I try to post videos every day, and usually that takes priority over going through all the comments and stuff, so that's why I'm a little behind on those, but I will do better. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go fly off into the moon and leave you guys here on Earth, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll put a link in the description if you want to download Smart Movement. It's pretty easy to install, and I favorited a video that another user made that had a good tutorial. So if I didn't cover any I think I covered most of it, but if I missed anything, this is so weird looking, um, then that video I will also put in the description so you can see how to do everything, which is pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of servers are not going to encourage people using this because there's a lot of ways you can really cheat, especially in like adventure maps. You could just easily climb into areas you're not supposed to get to and stuff like that. But most servers, I don't think, have a way to disable it, so it's kind of like Zom's Fly mod. Like, I'm able to use this on Scotland until Zach figures out and bans it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy hitting my head a few times. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Click the like if you enjoyed this and all that jazz. Alright, this video's gone on for a while. Goodbye. Space. What? Oh man, jeez, I was really high up. God.